The big, beautiful bromance between Elon Musk and Donald Trump has just had a big, beautiful breakup. Let's get into it. You guys know I like to talk about Donald Trump and Elon Musk from time to time on the channel. You know, one of my first videos long ago, I started the channel just before the 2024 election. And 4 days after the election, it was my first video to get over 100 views. And it was something like Elon Musk, hijacked the Republican Party, something like that. It was all about Elon Musk being POTUS, okay? And in that video, I said that eventually, pretty soon, Elon Musk and Donald Trump would probably have a big breakup, And whether or not Elon Musk would go to the other side, who knows? I don't really think he's going to the other side by any means, but I knew they were going to have a breakup. Two men like that with those type of egos, it ain't going to last. One disagreement and it's over. And obviously, we saw that on Twitter. If you've been hiding under a rock, if you don't know, Elon Musk went nuclear on Twitter today. He did 20, 30 posts against the Republicans, Donald Trump, whatever. You can go on Twitter, probably find a YouTuber that'll have all those tweets in a row. I'm too busy for that kind of stuff. But, you guys might want to know my thoughts about where we stand on things. Since I'm a Tesla investor, what are my thoughts on the future of Tesla, Elon, so on and so forth? And so that's what this video is. Now, obviously today was a rough day for me. I think Tesla is down 50 points at one point. I don't know if it's going to close there. The day hasn't been done as far as trading goes, but it's down at least 15% ballpark. And so, hey, I'll put my losses up here in the corner as far as all my Tesla holdings, and you guys will get a good kick out of that. It'll be above 30K. It'll probably be maybe $60,000. I don't know yet, but I'll put it up here in the corner. Now, what are my thoughts moving forward on Elon Musk and Tesla for, specifically that portion of this video? Well, I believe that Elon Musk now is going to be on the war path for AI. He really is. He's kind of been there all along when it comes to XAI and Tesla, but now I think he's going 100% all in on the war path to AI, AGI, robots, autonomy, etc., etc., etc. He's not going to stop now because he realizes how incompetent our government really is. They're putting us into debt year after year after year, and he knows the only way to save this country is to probably have AI be able to increase GDP to a level that can sustain our crazy government spending at the end of the day. And it's going to end up getting to UBI, okay, Universal Basic Income. And he realizes this now, I guarantee it. That's why he's so upset about things on Twitter, because the debt is causing us to get to AGI much quicker, because that's the only thing that's going to save us, guys. Otherwise, we'll crash and burn like historical societies in the past, like the Romans and, whatever other civilizations, spent their way into oblivion. That's how this works. Over a period of time, it could be a long time, probably not in my lifetime, but maybe in my children's lifetime, the country will default and our interest rates will skyrocket because no one will want to put a bid on the debt, and they will not be able to take out more debt to pay for the things they owe, okay? And eventually they'll miss an interest payment, for all the debt, the 36 trillion, soon to be 40 trillion, whatever it is. So that is what I think Elon Musk is going to do. He's going to go back to Silicon Valley. He's going to talk to the tech bros. And he's going to call Jensen at NVIDIA. He's going to say, Jensen, how many Blackwell systems can I buy all at once? I want them all. And that's for Tesla and XAI, because guess what? He wants to build the labor platform. Okay, we don't have a labor platform. We have other platforms. We have Amazon. That's your logistics platform for everything that gets bought and sold in the United States. It's physical. Then we have the social media, the attention platforms that Google owns through YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook by Mark Zuckerberg. And so Tesla and Elon are going to own the physical platforms, the humanoid robots, and transportation. Those are the next platforms that the technocrats are going to own, okay? And then the labor platform with the robots. That is the most important platform of all, guys. And that is how you will control how the government does their spending, because now that platform will be owned by a tech bro, just like all the other tech bros, including Palantir. They're going to own how systems work from an AI perspective. So this is the thing you got to think about when it comes to investing, okay? Is that just because there's bad news today doesn't mean that that's not going to flip to good news tomorrow. Okay, I think that this is good news for Tesla. Now, in the short term, it's probably bad news because now Donald Trump's not on his side, and who knows what kind of hurdles he might throw at Tesla or SpaceX or whatever. But I think Elon's going to go on the warpath now. He's not going to stop one bit. Be ready for it, guys. It's going to be a crazy couple months moving forward, and we're going to see some revolutionary things come out of that company. Honestly, and we're probably going to see finally SpaceX and that crazy rocket do what it has to do to, go into orbit and land by itself or whatever. They'll figure that out because they'll just use AI, right? I mean, they're just going to use whatever computer technology they need to use to make it happen. All right, so that's what I think about things. Now, as far as stock price, now I can't tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. I am not a professional. This is just my opinion. If it gets down back to 250, which, man, it hit 270 today. If it hits 250, I might start nibbling a little bit. I might start nibbling. If it gets down to 200, man, I might just back the truck up and load, a decent amount of cash in the back of that truck and buy more shares. Because like I said, AI is not going anywhere. And now it's going to accelerate because the top guy in AI, the guy who invented, OpenAI, by the way, he's going to go at it now like gangbusters because he realizes the threat that politicians who have no clue about AI are threatening to our nation. And so that's what's going to happen. Elon is on the warpath for AI, and that's going to be the title of this video. Something like Elon Musk is now on the warpath for AI. I'm not exactly sure. I'll talk to ChatGPT and see what it thinks. Oh, what a crazy day. I mean, honestly, remember this day, guys. June 5th, 2025, I believe, is the day the Democrats and Republicans died from a party perspective. Because now I think Elon Musk and the techno guys, the tech bros out there in Silicon Valley, they're going to form a new party. They're going to form a party of common sense, one that doesn't spend all our money, and one that actually cares about the American people, unlike the other two parties. They don't care. They haven't cared for years. That's the way it's been. They've just been putting us into slavery year after year after year because they just keep, printing money, increasing the debt. And that's what it is. And so I think it's like, what? Every American has $100,000 in debt. No one can afford to pay that back. We're going to have AI. That's the only way we're going to pay that all back. So those are my thoughts on it. I know it's a little bit of a rant, a little bit of political rant here, no doubt. But those are my thoughts on it. You guys let me know your thoughts on what you saw today. Maybe you didn't see it today. Hopefully you were just going out and building wealth and not tied into the Twitter drama, which, it's there though. It's hard to miss out. It's probably going to be on the national news tonight, no doubt. It's a big breakup. Two powerful men, pretty much the two most powerful men in the world, guys. It is big news. So I might as well kind of try to capture some of that news, a little bit. I don't want to make my channel all about news, but it's kind of a big enough news thing to where it's probably worth talking about. I've talked about them two in the past, so I figured I'll talk about them again. But I think the story's done. Honestly, I think the story's ended between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I'm sure we'll see tweets from both of them. They both have platforms, Truth Social and, X or whatever you call it. And they'll probably keep bantering back and forth. Maybe they'll make up. There could be another bromance 2.0 between the two of them. But I kind of doubt it. I think Elon's going to finally step back from politics and focus on what he does well. And it's engineering. It's AI. That's what he should focus on, not government problems. Because he's never going to fix it. No one has in the last 200 plus years that this country was founded on. It's always been a hot mess politically. So Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that, you know, the bromance is completely over, or do you think it'll come back up? And what do you think Elon's going to do? Is he going to go all in on Tesla and AI and XAI and whatever? I don't know. Let me know. And if you guys could, like and subscribe if you like the content. Take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks.